4 billion years ago, the surface of a newly formed planet orbiting a medium-sized star started to cool down. It was a violent place with molten surface frequently bombarded by meteoroids. The atmosphere was full of noxious gases. But as soon as water began to form pools and oceans on its surface, something extraordinary happens. A molecule, or maybe a group of molecules, capable of replicating itself arises. Today, humans, the descendants of those very first cells, are intelligent enough to explore their surroundings, understand the universe, make assumptions, use logical reasoning, predict likely outcomes, construct hypotheses, and develop theories. We call this process as science, and it is a never-ending journey towards knowledge. I personally believe that no theory is 100% true. This makes me question, what actually is the truth? We might be living in a simulation, or maybe we are just some intelligent characters in a video game, or maybe a larger organism treats us the same way we treat electrons, or maybe we are like blood cells to that organism. Who knows? I don't know. Do you really believe that this Earth, the solar system, the whole universe is just made for us? Okay, let's talk about truth. Imagine that you are sitting in a room having a temperature of 300 Kelvin. You may be feeling cold, whereas your friend may be feeling warm. So, what is the truth? Is the room hot or cold? A good answer would be none, because hot or cold is just a relative feeling. 300 Kelvin is the measure of the temperature of the room, and that is the truth, right? Or is it? To answer this question, let's check what a Kelvin is. Kelvin is the base unit of temperature in the International System of Units, and it is equal to 1 over 273.16 of Kelvin scale temperature of the triple point of water. That is, when water coexists as solid, liquid and gas. This means that we are using Kelvin to compare the temperature of an object with the temperature of water at triple point. This is again relative. If you observe carefully, there is literally not much difference between saying that something is hot and giving precise temperature measurements. All you are doing is comparing things. Moreover, when you say that something is true, it means that it is true regardless of when the statement is made. Then how would you define Kelvin before the existence of water or after its extinction? All you would do is to compare it with something else, right? Furthermore, how would you explain the concept of Kelvin to an ant or a penguin? Let's take a simpler example. We teach children that sun rises in the east. This makes them completely interpret that sun moves around Earth from east towards west, which is not true. We know that Earth orbits sun. You know this because you change your perspective and visualize the Earth orbiting stationary sun. But the sun too is not stationary. It orbits the center of Milky Way. This brings me to the point which I want to make. If you know something, it doesn't necessarily mean that the information ends there. Let me make it broader. Even if we all believe that something is true, there is always something more to it which is needed to be explored. This makes truth unknowable. I get questions from people that if truth is really a myth, then why are we chasing it? What is the need to study science? Some even ask that scientists seem like they are always changing their minds. So why should we even believe in science? Did you notice it when I said that science is a never-ending journey towards knowledge? And knowledge is a bit different from the truth. The simplest example I can think of is that we know that right now we cannot build an engine which can work with 100% efficiency. But that doesn't mean that you should stop building vehicles. We just want to make it easier to travel. That's it. 50% efficiency is good enough as long as the purpose is being served. Science and technology is all about making the world better than yesterday. The updated atomic models give us a better picture than the previous ones. Maybe we are going to get a better one soon. The Big Bang Theory gives us an idea of how the universe might have started. Maybe we are getting a better theory soon. But that doesn't mean that the Big Bang Theory is useless, because it was a step towards knowledge. Science is not about perfection. It is just an effort to make the world a better place to live. With that being said, let's discuss about a phenomenon we often come across. Have you ever noticed someone spouting off on a subject at length, boldly proclaiming that he is correct and everyone else's opinion is stupid, uninformed, and simply wrong? It may be clearly evident to you that this guy has no idea of what he is talking about. Yet, he keeps on chattering. This clearly shows his ignorance. This can be explained using Dunning-Kruger effect, which is a type of cognitive bias where people believe that they are smarter and more capable than they really are. Essentially, low ability people do not possess the skills needed to recognize their own incompetence. The combination of poor self-awareness and low cognitive ability leads them to overestimate their own capabilities. It was found out that people who scored in the lowest percentiles on tests of grammar, humor, and logic also tended to dramatically overestimate how well they performed. This clearly shows that the lesser you know, the more you think that you know everything. And the more you know, you realize that there is a lot left unexplored, and our knowledge is insignificant compared to the knowledge of the universe. Everything that I said in this video can just be rubbish. I may be completely wrong, but I know that I am better than yesterday, and I am sure that I will be better tomorrow. I can tell you one thing with credence, that knowledge is never ending. So keep exploring, keep questioning, and keep learning. Thanks for watching.